Hello and welcome back to the LeEdFollow nature channel. I'm only joking. I'm taking a little bit of a breather today, getting out, enjoying possibly one of the last days of sun the UK is going to get for 2025. I'm always a pessimist when it comes to the weather. But I thought it'd be a good idea to do a little update, tell you what I've been doing in the background with Project 686 because there hasn't been a video for a while now. So what I'll do is I'll switch over to a little bit of footage now. So in the last video, I fitted the alternator and the air conditioning pump. I was waiting on Subaru to get me a bracket for the other side of the alternator to hold it in place. And so this is not going well. This is the bracket that they were able to find in stock for me. Totally the wrong bracket. Doesn't even fit. No way. I couldn't even modify this, I don't think. Although I might have to. I mean, if they can't get the other bracket that's available on parts.subaru.com, then I may well have no other choice. Well, moving on, at least we can fit one of the belt tensioner pulleys. So I just got one of these Febest. That's the part number. A lot cheaper than the Subaru part, and let's face it, it's just a pulley at the end of the day. And it even comes with the bolt and a nut and a washer. I'm just going to take that. Voila. And I think it is a case of the washer and the bolt. I don't think we're going to use that nut. I'm not sure. This might be like a universal kit that it comes with for multiple cars. But let's see, is that going to fit? Is that going to finger tighten? Nope, I don't think that's going to work. Hello? Hunting around in my box of bits, I've actually got the proper Subaru bolt, so I've put that in there instead. What are you doing? Okay. Well, that's done. You may have also noticed that I have the correct bolt for holding that on. A couple of nuts at the other side, so I don't have to use my screwdriver anymore. Now, let's turn our attention to this little thing. This is the new cover for the Flywheel. Hopefully, this one fits better than the one I got under there, but I'll give it a go. Okay, so yes, that was the correct part. This, total waste of time, but you can actually get stock of these. You can't get any stock of those ones. It was just a fluke that I went on eBay and somebody had a used one for sale. So if anybody out there is doing that conversion, they can't get the correct part, you can have this one for free. Just IM me, I'll post it to you. Yes, as you can see, clearly the correct part here. It fits so much nicer. You can still see the teeth, but it's more of a guard that covers the front of it so that stones don't ping up. And it fits like a glove. You can also get it in without removing the engine, as I've done. So you may recall in the last video, I test fitted one of the headers after I cut the end off, and even though it did clear the oil filter, it's incredibly close, so it's going to be a lot of heat soak into the oil filter. So I want to move the oil filter out of the way, and I've bought myself a relocation kit. So I've got here a very cool Mocal oil filter relocation kit. As you can see, I've already removed the oil filter from the bottom of the engine. This is the bit that replaced the oil filter. It takes up a lot less space, and of course we know that's going to fit because the filter fits this mounting plate which you put up higher in the engine bay, and then there's some pipe work that connects the two. So I'm going to fit that, and hopefully that will give me a bit more room down there for the exhaust headers. Okay, so that's that bit thrown on finger tight, just to see. And now if I take the header I crudely modified the other day and just slide this into position, let's just see how much more clearance we get. Right, so the header is still very, very close against this, but that's fine. That's not a problem. I can manipulate these pipes a little bit. But the most important thing is, look at all this extra space here that I have where there isn't a filter. So I can modify this and hopefully move it up into this gap, save a little space that way. But most important thing is, I was going to do this anyway, because that's an awful place to service the car. I mean, you're going to struggle to get the filter off there, especially when there's an exhaust system in the way. But also, you're not going to get the heat soak because this hot exhaust manifold is just going to soak heat straight into the filter. Really bad idea to keep it down there. So I'm definitely moving that. But I think that this is going to work. I just need to modify this. I'm also preparing my raised wheels for a refurb. Let me show you what I'm doing. So I've got two sets of 18-inch Rays 57 Extremes. The ones that are on the orange car, they're 19s. They're staggered. I like the way they look. But I have two sets of these in 18. So they're 18 by 8.5. And these over here are the same wheels in silver. And they are 18 by 7.5. So the idea is I'm going to get two of these refurbed into silver and two of the silver ones refurbed into grey, and then I've got two staggered sets of 18-inch Rays. That's the plan. And then on the white car I'm going to have one set with some like semi-slicks or slicks, and then the other set are going to be the road tyres, so I can swap them over at trackside. So before I can refurb them, there are two things you need to remove from these wheels. Obviously you need to remove the center caps, and then the second thing is you need to remove the authenticity stickers, which I've already removed. But this is actually easier said than done. So getting the stickers off isn't too bad, because all you do is you heat them with a hairdryer and you slowly peel them back with a set of needle nose pliers. Getting the center caps out though, a lot more difficult, because these little screws love to just round off. So what I've been doing is applying a little bit of WD-40 or GT85 in my case, and giving them a little tap with a what's that, like a star shape. I don't actually have a hex shape. These are hex shaped screws, but I've actually only got a star shaped bit. But I've been hitting them with the hammer gently at the top, and also applying lubricant to the back, and again hitting them with a hammer from the back, and hopefully that will just loosen up all the corrosion in the thread, and then that center cap will come off. And at least that's what I did with the other wheel, so hopefully this one will go the same way. Okay, next one is done. Now I actually rounded off one of the bolts trying to remove it. So what you can do is, if you try to get this into zoom, you can see this like a hex head, which is like an Allen key. So what you can do is you can take the next size up as a star bit, like a torque bit. You can hammer that down into the screw, and that should allow you to get it out. So with that done, turning the wheel over, I'm going to remove these stickers from this other wheel. And again, like I say, just take a hairdryer, work the stickers to a point where they're probably just that bit hot, you can't keep your finger on them. Then lift up with a flathead screwdriver on the corner and just try to roll them back. I find that the set of needle nose pliers works really well for that. One down. One to go, two to go, done. So I'll add that one to the pile, ready for refurb. Now for a spot of painting. I really hate bodywork. I hate painting. I don't have the patience for it. It just takes too long. But as you can see,
several days later.
Lovely.
Feel like bottom of baby seal.
So after all the layers of primer and a lot of sanding, that's as smooth as a baby's bottom. Probably need to put a little bit more primer in certain places, like there's a little dimple in there that I'd like to fill in and smooth out, and I've got a similar one other side, tiny little dimple. And then there are some imperfections in the actual shape of the fiberglass, like where's the worst bit? Probably here, to be honest. You see this line? I don't really want to sand that down because I worry I'm going to start making holes in the fiberglass. I'm just going to live with that. And luckily it's on the edge of the spoiler bit. I don't think it'll look too bad because I've got plans to vinyl in certain places. I'm not going to give away the secret yet, but when the car's finished you'll see exactly what I mean. Okay, the other thing I wanted to tell you about is I've actually bought a new motorcycle. So I bought a Royal Enfield Super Meteor 650. So not the most powerful bike on the planet, but just a shade over £6,000 brand new. That's not the RRP, that's when you negotiate. You can negotiate pretty well on these bikes. They are a bit of a bargain, to be honest. And having done a few motorcycle rides out with Alan and the gang lately, I kind of rediscovered a taste for it. So that's my early Christmas present to myself. So it's currently on its way over from India. That's where they actually make them. That's where the factory is. And yeah, I'm looking forward to doing a little video on that. But don't worry, it's not going to become a motorcycle channel. This is just something on the side that some people might like. But otherwise, I'm still fully invested with Project 686. And I'm hoping to get a lot more done soon. So that's me signing off. Thanks again. Catch you on the next one.